What is up, Midway Mayhem fans? This is Dan, and we are checking back into Dollywood today for a tour and review of the entire place. Let's go check out all they have to offer. It's a beautiful day here at the park. Somewhere in the low 70s right now. Beautiful blue skies, and we already have some entertainment going on right now for guests. And this place has a lot of great entertainment. But we are making our way towards our first ride of the day, which is the lightning rod. So check this out, guys. This right here is actually Dolly Parton's tour bus, the one that she used for many, many years. Then we have right here, Chasing Rainbows, the Dolly Parton story. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We're getting so close to the entrance. Now, I've been to Dollywood before, as you may have seen in my other video. The lightning rod was closed. It is open today. So, it is my unicorn, and hopefully I can get a chance to ride it. And if I do, it's gonna be front row, first ride. Beautiful looking ride. Insane banking and airtime from what I hear. Now let's see. So here's the entrance. Now let's go. Now that most of you have been waiting for, well, not really, some of you, my opinion of lightning rod. And on a scale of 1 to 10, what am I gonna give it? I would easily say probably a 9.5, almost a 10. Does it break into my top 5? You betcha. Now, as far as wooden coasters, this is number 1. It just beat out El Toro for me, but overall, fantastic. First ride, I did front row, lots of ejector airtime, great speed, very intense. But back row is where it takes the cake. Back row ejector airtime over every hill, literally almost painful, but it's an enjoyable ride, and you definitely have to get out here right now to to Dollywood and try it.
Go down, go back.
Next area of the park we are going into is the Country Fair area, which is a kids area. We're gonna go check it out. Lots of games in this area, all over the place. We have a couple smaller rides again for the kids, like this one, the Wonder Wheel, which is a Ferris wheel. Not very fast, not very tall, but a great ride for the kids. More games all over the place. Not bad on the prices either. $5 for a small bucket, duck pond, more games. We have Shooting Star, which is a kids drop tower. Airplane over here. Midway Market. Uh-oh. I like it. And then we have the Park Scrambler over here. So just like every other park in the world, pretty much, they have a scrambler. Demolition Derby, uh-oh. Let's go take a look. Well, after Demolition Derby, let's go check out some of the other rides here. So we have Piggy Parade, which is a small little spinning ride for the kids. We have another one over here, themed to ducks. And this is Lucky Ducky. See? Great kids rides here though. And then Busy Bees, another spinning ride over here. So 3 spinning rides, all themed to animals or insects. Let's head back over this way and see what else there is. And of course the park does have a classic wave swinger, as we can see right here. Looks great. Just around the corner from the wave swinger, there's another area of the park for the kids with more spinning rides. So we have the amazing flying elephants, which are like the Dumbos at the Walt Disney parks. They go into the air, you can control the height. And then we have over here the Lemon Twist, which is your teacup attraction. And then we have a very loud train. And the Dizzy Disc, which is a disco ride. Goes up on both sides while spinning. One last attraction in this area called the Skyrider, and it's that thing over here, which is like a mini Starflyer. Just outside the Country Fair area of the park is the park's Carousel. And this thing looks like it's been around for quite a while, but it's still beautiful. One place they do a bunch of shows is right here, Heart Song, at the Heart Song Theater. But we have Festival of Nations doing shows in here right now currently. Well, I told you this park has a lot of different entertainment options, and they even have a magic show, which is pretty popular.
There you go. Hi, what is your name? What is it? Bryce. Everybody say hi, Bryce. Hi, Bryce.
One of the absolute coolest things to do here at the park is ride the train. And it is a real train. And they have multiple times when it takes off. We'll check out the different times right here. So see, the last departure is going to be at 6 p.m. But basically there's departures every hour. Let's go show you the train. Like I said, this is a real train using steam and all. They have the water tank right here, which fills everything up. But look at this beautiful train. We're talking real fire and real soot. That's the smoke coming out of here. You can see. Yeah, this is the real deal, everybody. Moving on now to another section of the park. We have a lot more retail shops and food areas. Smoked turkey legs, smokehouse. Bet you there's some incredible foods here. And then over here, if you see this mill, you need to head right for it. Well, why, you may ask? It's the cinnamon bread. Oh God. By far, the best cinnamon bread you will ever have in your life is right here at this location. Let's go show you. And here we go, the entrance for the grist mill, which is the hot cinnamon bread. And I can already smell it. I wish this camera had smell-o-vision. You don't even understand. So they make it hot and fresh in here. You can see the cinnamon there, and of course the butter. And look at the size of the cookies here. Those look amazing. But then you have the cinnamon bread, and that's what everybody is here for. Definitely some neat stuff in here as it shows off how some of the early manufacturing was done for some of our favorite sweets. Now I will say this area will have a huge line later in the evening, so I would suggest getting the cinnamon bread sometime earlier in the day. Valley Theater has a show going on. Invaders, the steel drum band, and it's part of the Festival of Nations, which just ends today. So today is the last day, and we're able to show off a couple of things here. Again, a lot of neat retail shops here, like the Leather and Hat Co., where they make authentic leather hats and belts from scratch. And right across from the leather and hat place, we have the sign here for our next attractions, Barnstormer and Mountain Slidewinder, which is just up that hill right there. All right, so here we are at Barnstormer. A little bit of backstory here. They do have a little kids play area. And then this is the main area for Barnstormer, which is an S&S swing ride. Has a pretty decent capacity. Let's go check it out. So we just got off of Barnstormer, which is the S&S swing ride. Great ride. Scale of 1 to 10, I would give it maybe a 7.5, maybe an 8. I do feel it is one of the longer S&S swing rides, as there is quite a bit of airtime, good G-forces, good speed. Overall, good addition. Kids are gonna love it, as well as the adults. Unfortunately for us, it looks like Mountain Slidewinder is currently closed for seasonal maintenance. I'll say this, the park is beyond beautiful, and they have a lot of hills, which is not a bad thing. Just adds to it. We're heading up this way towards their log ride, which is Daredevil Falls. And look at that thing. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm not a huge fan of water rides, so unfortunately I will not be riding, but from what people tell me, it is a great water ride, so definitely come and check it out. I just don't want to get wet today. Alright, I know I've said it many times in this video already, but they have some really cool retail stuff, like this one, where they take steel and forge it into all sorts of different stuff. And here's some of the tools for it, but they can make neat things like this. Pottery store over here, and if you're feeling like getting married, they have a chapel. Eagle Mountain. Oh yeah, let's go check out some bald eagles. Right over here, they have a huge enclosure. And the last time I was here, it was cold, it was windy, it was rainy. Now it's beautiful. So hopefully we can get a good view of a couple of the eagles. There's the eagles, way up on the hill. There's a bunch from them too. We have another enclosure over here, and this one is much closer to guests, so we can get a better view of those eagles.
I know somebody else wasn't here before, but if you do have food, please just put it away, cover it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of already touched on a few of the safety precautions. We do have a few other safety precautions, but I know you all go to show.
They have a show over here also called Wings of America, and here are the show times for it, at least for right now. But they have multiple birds in the show. Really kind of neat. So we have the Wings of America Theater, and then we have the Wings of America Showbirds. So these are the ones in the show. Black vulture, he's probably just about ready to go on. Turkey vulture is also not in his cage, so he's gonna go on just a little bit. Red-tailed hawk. African pied crow. Another hawk out of the cage, probably in the show. Ravens, and then we had an eagle all the way down at the very end. Have I mentioned that this park is gorgeous? Blazing Fury, another one of the park's attractions, and this is a dark ride, but it's got a little twist in it. We're doing it right now. Alright, so we just got off of Blazing Fury, which is a great family ride. It's a dark ride with some neat old show elements. Needs to be updated in my opinion, but there's a neat little surprise about halfway through the ride. I'm not going to give it away. You definitely need to check it out. Overall, scale of 1 to 10, I would give this ride maybe a 7, 7.5. Still decent, still something to do. So what's up next after Blazing Fury? Well, we have the Tennessee Tornado, which is an awesome aerodynamics looping coaster, has several inversions, good speed, and tons of G-forces. I like this ride, and that's what we're doing next. Right around Tennessee Tornado are a bunch of games, so we have another game section here. We have 3-point games, buzzer games, ring toss, and the regular arcade games. Tennessee Tornado, only a 15-minute wait. Why not?
We're gonna do the street shot.
So we just got off a Tennessee Tornado. Great aerodynamics coaster. Very smooth, and that first loop is really kind of interesting. It's not a normal loop where it goes fully in circumference. Right at the very top, it does kind of an angle. It's very weird. Very neat ride though. Scale of 1 to 10, I would easily give it an 8, 8.5. Dollywood seems to be pretty big on kids areas, and right here next to Fire Chaser, we have the Firehouse Fun Yard. So a little kids play area with some water squirt guns. And here we are now, the entrance for Fire Chaser Express. Great family ride. I really like it. Definitely is very unique, and the layout you can't find anywhere else. I also like that we can get really close to the track area here and get some incredible views of this ride.
Recruit, we've got smoke on the ridge. This is not a drill. There we go!
Accompanied by a person at least 16.
Ask anybody.
32-foot lift height and exerts up to 2.5 positive G-forces and 0.01 negative Gs. All recruits must follow provided control.
Great work, recruits. Now, for your final mission, when the train comes to a complete stop, push up on your restraint and exit to your...
So Fire Chaser Express is all done, and that is a great family coaster. Good speed, good launches, forwards and backwards, and it also has fire, which I'm a fan of on rides. Scale of 1 to 10, I would give it maybe an 8.5 on this one. It's a very, very good family coaster. Broad range. It's not going to be just for grandma, not going to be just for the little ones. Everybody's going to enjoy it, so come try it. Well, I'm tired of kiddie rides. I'm ready for a big boy ride, and we have right here Wild Eagle with an amazing entrance icon right here. This thing is huge. The Wild Eagle is a B&M wing coaster. Has a couple inversions. It's a fun ride, very smooth. We're doing that right now. They have this really huge queue just in case it gets busy, but luckily we have a 5-minute wait.
Featuring a forward and backward launch.
So just got off of Wild Eagle, and that is easily one of the better B&M wing coasters. I still like Thunderbird a little bit more, but Wild Eagle is probably number 2 when it comes to the ones that I've done. Great inversions, not very tall, but still has tons of speed. Built into the terrain, scale of 1 to 10, probably a 9, 9.5. Great ride. Well, if you guys are ready for another coaster, our next one is going to be Mystery Mine. The entrance is just right around the corner over here. Have a neat little vulture animatronic. And here's the entrance. Let's go. Mystery Mine is all done. Good ride. Scale of 1 to 10, I would give it honestly maybe a 7, 7.5 though. Why? Well, the smaller layout makes it a little bit rougher. I don't like rough rides. Inversions are good, G-forces are good, but just a little bit on the rougher end. But we're on our way to the next ride. Well, after Mystery Mine, we wanted to check out what else is here, and we have the Lumberjack Lifts, which is a self-propelled ride, so you actually pull your way up to the top, and then it lowers like a drop tower. Thunderhead.
All right, when that train comes to a complete stop, pull down, push up on your right bars, exit to your left, grab release items, and have a great rest of your day here at Dollywood.
That one was fun.
Well, Thunderhead is all done, and that is going to be our last ride of the day. Actually liked it this time. The last time I did a review, it was a little bit rougher. This season, I don't know if it's earlier in the season or what, but it was much better. Did front row and back row. Scale of 1 to 10. Probably an 8, 8.5. Much better ride this time. Great pacing, great airtime. I didn't come off with a headache, so Thunderhead, thumbs up. Well guys, that is going to do it for our tour and review video of Dollywood. As I said before, this place is absolutely amazing. One of the best parks I have ever been to. Unfortunately, we had a little issue today that cut our day a little bit short. But it's alright, we'll be back here. So if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Midway Mayhem. And I will see you out on the Midway. So name another theme park that has a parking lot with a creek.